Right, Jamie here. Finding a angle I didn't think I'd find. One that's actually like that. So I'm in a graveyard slash cemetery. In Bedrule. Bedrule is tiny. There's literally a church there. I was just like doing the little vlogs down there, and I thought to myself, it'd be nice to like find something that's like that angle, or a really good angle to like record with. And this is pretty good, actually. It means I can delete the other stuff. So today, done quite a fair bit amount of walking, actually. So I did 3.1 miles with my dad and the dogs, and then with my dad and my mum and the dogs, did 6.5 miles. So I actually have done like 9.6 miles, and I've just checked my mileage now. I mean, I haven't been walking for like ages, but I've done like 0.4, so I've actually done like 10 miles of walking today. I've done pretty fair bit. Kind of funny to think like the first full day I'm like, oh, do you know, I don't think I'm going to do that much, and I didn't feel like I could do too much either. But yeah, and you know, it's kind of nice to vlog at this time. It's only 7:45. It's like not late. But like I said, we're in a situation where there's hardly anyone around. Like, as cemeteries go, there's always people in them, but not this one. It's just nice to be here. So like I'm splitting the content that I'm doing into bits, like that how I've always been doing it. Like, I don't want to do like a full video. So like, for example, if I'm doing like a full day of filming, I don't want to have it all in one go. I'd rather break it up into bits. Because I find there's certain bits that I'm like, oh, I don't know about watching it. Because that's why I prefer it in bits. Because sometimes I'll prefer the snippets to like vlogs, so that people can actually sit listening to this with their headphones on or on the TV, and I'm be like, yeah, it's alright. And people want to do that. Sometimes for me, it's sometimes like, oh, okay. So I'd rather watch snippets of being somewhere for like a minute, and then it's just on to the next video. Whereas this one's like a stand-up talk. I kind of feel, you know, that paranoia that you think someone's actually going to come and kind of like come into shot, or I'm going to be like, hiya, and everything. This is one of them weird scenarios where I don't think that's going to ever happen here. Because, like, it's odd. And, like, I'm doing this vlog thinking, like, oh, it's going to take me, like, 20 minutes to get back to where we're staying. It's only, like, 2 minutes up the road. It's, like, bizarre. And it's not that cold either, really. I don't really need to worry about charging my phone up, because, like I said, I'm going to be... I mean, I don't know how well it shows up on camera. I really don't quite know, but like, if I stand here, and I'm going to point, I don't know if you can really, actually, if I do it from this side, it would be better. So if I point that direction, don't know if it will show up on camera or not, I don't know, but there's some like white houses, and literally that's where we're staying for the next week. It's quite nice. It's just nice and local. Got our bearings quite a fair bit now, actually. So tomorrow, don't really know what we're going to be doing. Just a Sunday. I find it weird because it's a Saturday evening, and okay, it's not late, but there are a lot of people my age Saturday evening around this time are out drinking or out socialising, and they're like, yeah, I've got to do this, do that. Not do that. Depends on where you are. Drinking, doing that, like doing that. And a lot of people my age like doing that. Whereas I think a lot of people my age wouldn't be doing this. And I prefer this. I prefer that bliss. Like, I know it sounds a bit grown up, but I prefer this over the drinking and such and doing that. Like, I've always found sanctuary in like churches and cemeteries, and having that like in graveyards, it's just like the peace. Do you know the thing is, right, in Siddle and other places where there's been cemeteries, there has somewhat been a bit of noise because they're in an urbanised area. But here's not urbanised. Here is just, it's just not. Like, it really isn't. Like, I'm actually doing this, I can give my arms a breath. When you sometimes vlog with your camera, my arm just gets a little bit achy. And I'm like, right, that's it, I'm done now. But it's nice. It's nice to chat, nice to talk. Don't care if the audio's the best, because it's just who I am, and it's who cares. It does feel weird to me, having done all this today, and I'm getting shot because you can't see me. It does feel weird having done all this today, considering yesterday I was at home, like where I live properly, and travelling Halifax to Preston, then Preston, all the way to Carlisle. And I was a little worried with the train journey because the train was already full getting to Preston, and there was roughly 200 to 300 people getting on the train to go to Edinburgh. So it was a Preston, Carlisle, Lockerbie, Haymarket, then Edinburgh train. And I was just like, how the hell are we going to get on this train? How am I going to get this train? And somehow I saw a spot where there was 3 cyclists, and there was a spot, yep, I can sit there, done. So the journey up was alright, and then the journey in the van was alright as well. I mean, I was a bit tired and I was a bit sore and everything. And then, yeah, the rest of yesterday was just unpacking, and I was just knackered, really. I still am a bit knackered, but I feel better. So what was I going to say? Plans. Alright, so tomorrow I don't really know, because it's a Sunday. Everything's going to be shut, pretty much, because Sunday shops tend to be shut anyway. One thing for sure with Scotland is needing one of these, because I mean, I don't need it on. You need a mask on in Scotland, because in England, I'll just take it off. In England, you can just pretty much walk into anywhere and not need one of these, because it's pretty much not a necessity. It's not required that you do it in England. So coming to Scotland, where pretty much everywhere you go, in any sort of shop, you need one of these. I actually lost my rainbow mask. You know, the rainbow coloured one. I was a bit sad, but I've still got this from my Edinburgh trip. So, God bless. Still got one. So as I say, Sunday I don't know really what we're going to do. Monday we're going to do... I mean, I'm only saying ideas of what we're going to do. We might change them. Monday we're going to do Jedburgh. Go there for the day. I mean, it's not far from here anyway, but we're going to go to Jedburgh. Tuesday we're going to do like Sea Houses, Bamborough, Holy Island, which means going over to England, which is going to feel weird, because I've been in England and then I've travelled to Scotland, and then it's just a matter of like going between the two, and it's just like, because where here is classed as the Scottish borders, because you are pretty much in an area where you can travel from one to the other in quite quick time. Whereas if you're staying in somewhere like Stranraer, you are obviously in Scotland. It's going to take you 5, 6, 7 hours to go back to the border and then back up again. Whereas here it's like, what, an hour at best? Less than that, actually. Yeah, less than that, I reckon. And then, yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to do Kielder Forest, which is Northumberland, England direction. Well, it's in England anyway. Which is actually where there's a forest holidays. So we can do that as well. It's going to be weird to go back to England and have not needing this to go into places. You can just walk into a place and like, yep, that's fine. Yep, you can do that. Yep, that's okay. Whereas Scotland are more stricter and tighter about the mask scenario. I mean, there's only 5.5 million people in Edinburgh. No, there isn't. There's only 5.5 million people in the whole entirety of Scotland. But the Scottish are very safe about this. Whereas England, you could just walk into there. And I think we've kind of got used to that now in England. I'm sorry, I'm just itching myself. We've kind of got used to that idea of not having to wear one of these now. And we've kind of got used to that. Whereas like in Scotland, it's more, you need to have one on. If you don't have one of these, you can't walk into a store scenario, which is good. It's more stricter up here. And I was on about going to Edinburgh, which would be a bit awkward because there's no buses really around here anyway, so you're kind of really in the middle of nowhere. But it would mean getting two buses to a place called Tweedmouth and then the train all the way up. So getting from here to there would be quite awkward anyway. Drive it, yeah, but it's not really necessary. And plus with being here, you don't really feel like you're in Scotland. You feel like you're in kind of the bit of both England and Scotland. So like I said, it's the Scottish borders. So set my plans. I'm gonna go back to the house actually. I mean, I said I was gonna explore around here and then down that way. There's a path that goes down that way, towards like a B&B, but it's all electric fenced to hell, and there's 2 generators that are on, so I don't want to shock myself on the first day, on our first full day anyway. See, the thing is, some people like listening to this in like the headphones. Some people are just like, "Oh, God's sake," which is kind of me in a way. But like, if I've got my headphones on and I'm kind of like about to doze off or like, oh, you're just chilling. It's nice. I would really like to get a rainbow mask again. I would. It's just in England, you don't really need these now. Not really. You don't really need them. I mean, the only time I need it is to go into work when I'm starting a shift. And, like, the chemist. That's the only time, really. Yeah, I think that's the only time I need to have a mask on. Entering work when I'm starting a shift. Or the chemist. Yeah. I'm going to go now because I'm starting to get a bit chilly. And it's getting to that time where there's midges starting to come out. And I am stood by a hedge where there's quite a few midges, and I can see them. And I'm getting a bit chilly as well. I can get a bit itchy as well. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do the snippets of the different things that I'm doing. So tomorrow I don't really know about that. Jedburgh, if I just film... The thing is, I would rather take pictures than video. Because I'd just rather take pictures. If I'm on my own, I'll just do both. But if I'm with family, I'll just take pictures. But yeah, it'd be nice with the sea houses and Bamborough and whatever to do snippets of each place. And I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah, I can do that. What time is it now? God. Do you know, it feels really late and it isn't. It's only 8 o'clock. It just feels like, because of the sunset time, it feels later than it actually is. And it's only 8 o'clock in the evening. I think in England it would feel darker than this, because we're higher up in the UK. It's lighter here later than where we live. Oh, right. So I'm going to carry on doing a little bit more walking. because I'd like to before I go back in. Yeah. And the thing is as well, because up there is very close proximity. Got some over there then. Because here is very close proximity to where we're staying, I can easily just come here, mount my phone up like this, and just talk. Because that would be nice. Just unedited and whatnot. It'd be nice just to do that. I like that idea. You're a good thinker, Jamie. Good thinker. Getting a bit chilly now, actually. Yeah, so I can actually just review either the day that's happened or review the couple of days in advance. Yeah. I love the peace and quiet, I really do. Really do like it. It's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna go back up. I might go up the hill and then just go around a little bit and then just do that and come back home. Right, so that's it. I think, yeah. What we're at, nearly 17 minutes. Wow. Okay, so thanks for watching and goodbye.